Good morning, everyone. You don't still see me. Well, actually, you know what? I'll show myself. Good morning, everyone. Good to see you. Um, I'm connected on multiple platforms on Facebook, Periscope, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. And I am Alexander Grabovetsky. Just in case if you don't know who am I mean, I know people discovering me every day and they still don't know who am I, and I welcome you. So please introduce yourself if you're watching me, on different platforms. If you're watching me on Facebook or Twitch or Periscope or whatever, Twitter or any other platforms other than YouTube, I am highly recommend you to go to YouTube. Okay, so the reason why YouTube is a much better and stable platform for me. Okay, and I think it's much better. I mean, overall, the quality wise and so on. Okay, so but anyway, I'm still working on that piece. Good to see everyone. Hi. Hello, everyone. Good morning to Texas, also to Houston. Clarissa, good morning. Tennessee, how's Tennessee, by the way? It's a beautiful place. Just outline a little bit and I'm gonna start talking. Adam, hello. Okay, let me see who else connected. David, good to see you. Uranzul, good to see you from Mongolia. Wow. Okay, who else I missed? Andrew, good to see you. Well, I don't see you, but anyway, welcome. Okay, if it's okay with you, I'm gonna carve a little bit. I'm gonna work on my piece, what I'm working on, and I'm gonna talk about today's subject. It's actually not even the really deep subject. It's just philosophy of life, what my teacher passed, on me, and I can just tell a testimony what happened with my life just because he said one of the phrases. I mean, he didn't say exactly like what I wrote, but anyway, what I gonna talk about, it's actually about the talent you have. If you will take care of your talent will take care of you. Reason why I want to emphasize that subject today, I am getting lots of emails and lots of different messages everywhere. Okay, and one of the funny messages I've got just this morning, and I hope it's okay, it's not distracting you. Kirk, good to see you. Денис, очень приятно видеть. Who else I missed? All right, just a second. All right, but anyway, so my point is today, I've got a text message, not the text message, but Instagram. On Instagram, one of the guys, I think it's a little funny, but I'm getting lots of those direct messages from people from all over the world. Okay, and this person lives in Iran, or if you wish to call it Iran. Okay, Persia, and there's a lot of talented people actually live in that area. He wrote to me. Well, the first message I've got. what he wrote to me just a few days ago. A few days ago, he just wrote to me, that person, answer me, and nothing above, okay? Just answer me, nothing, absolutely. I mean, no messages, no nothing, no pictures, and yes, I'm getting a lot of pictures. But it was kind of interesting, you know, just answer me. And I didn't know what to answer, and I ignored, okay? And yes, please forgive me if I ignored one of your messages. Please understand, I am getting lots of different messages from all over the world, like I said. But anyway, a couple days later, he wrote me again, and he said the same thing, answer me. And I wrote back and I said, what's your question? Well, a couple days later, this morning, I opened my Instagram and I got a message from him again. And he said, I want to move in America. Give me residence and visa. First of all, I'm not government. You know, I don't give you visa and I can't move you in United States. All right. And he wrote, I'm a wood carver and I want to work in America. Wonderful idea, you know, but it's not up to me. I mean, I know it's kind of funny, but I'm getting those messages all the time, okay? So that is just one of the examples. And I understand, I mean, I understand the logic because, you know, lots of people would love to move right here and work. Okay, and I had another, like a comment after one of my live streams, and people from Europe, from European nations, from one of the European nations. I was talking about, if you remember the video, if you watched me before, the video was about how much you're supposed to charge. How much you're supposed to charge for your work. All right. And I was talking about, and my point was, you know, you're supposed to charge based, you know, not just on location where you live, but based on a worldwide, you know, I mean, if we're going to unite, if we're going to decide what's going to be the minimum for the wood carving, because it takes a lot of effort, then we're going to be okay. And also I was talking about where to find those clients. You're not going to find a lot of clients in some countries because there's just not too many clients. And for example, my clients, they're coming from all over the world. Okay, they come from all over the world. And my point is just to try to fish in the ocean, not just in the local pond, and then you'll find someone. But that person misunderstood me, and he said, well, I have to move in America, you know, then I'm gonna be able to find a job as a wood carver, and you know, just to get good money. And no, it's not true. I mean, you're not gonna get any job in United States just because you moved to America or in the United States. Nobody's gonna automatically give you a job. Besides, there's not too many jobs, you know, as a wood carving jobs I'm talking about in the United States. Most of the wood carvers I know who live in the United States, they're all business people. They all work for themselves. Okay, so it's not like magic. So once you move, you're gonna be able to find a job and get good pay for it. Okay, so let me check if somebody's that's exactly what I just said. Рустам, добрый вечер, очень приятно вас видеть тоже. Adam, that is wonderful. I like that one. Okay, I like that. You know, Alex, immigration consultant. Great one. I like that one. Um, but I mean, it is funny, but some people, they just don't get it how it works in real world. It's not just like that. You know, I want to work with you, just move me, give me visa. Okay, so, but it's related. Okay, I know it's not the true subject of today, talking about the talent and so on, but it's related. Okay, it's related. Uh, when I was learning wood carving, I was already in college. I was studying different subject, absolutely not related to woodworking and so on. So my first college wasn't related absolutely to any of wood carving skills, or not related to my talent, if you wish. Matter of fact, my first education in a college, it was related to computerized gauging systems, and I never worked a day, after I got graduation and so on, by that profession. I thought it's going to be a good idea because, my relatives said, well, you got to get that degree in that area, and that's going to be good. And I listened to them. But at the same time, when I was in college, I was also under tuition of my teacher, under tuition of master woodcarver. His name was Vladimir. We call it Vladimir. Okay, he was a really talented master woodcarver. And most of you, if you're gonna Google, his name, you're not gonna find him. Soviet Union was really, really like a locked down country. There was we call it like a iron gate, not the gate, but iron whatever wall. Okay, so you could not pass that wall, and people don't know anything about I'm talking about people in the world. They don't know anything about the life in Soviet Union. So, and of course there's famous people, but people even didn't hear about them. So he was one of them. So, but he was a really talented master woodcarver. Not only woodcarver, but he was also fine artist. He was teaching, fine art in university and so on. And I was a student, not a student, but apprentice. That would be probably proper name. I was apprentice of this guy. Okay, not the guy, but my teacher, I should say. So I was his apprentice. At the same time, while I was in college studying absolutely different profession, which I never used in my life. I never worked a day, after graduation. But he said one of the phrases, he didn't say exactly like what I just mentioned, but he said, you are a talented man, okay? So God gave you talent, and if you're gonna take care of your talent will take care of you. Something like that. Close enough, okay? So don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say word to word, but idea, what he said, it's exactly what it is, okay? If you will take care of your talent that God gave you, your talent will take care of you, okay? And it's not just interesting saying. I experienced that many times in my life, pretty much. So my talent took care of me, okay? About a year ago, I did a long video, and also there's on my school site, schoolofwoodcarving.com, a video about, let me introduce myself. I told you a story of my life, and it was, I tried to shrink that in 1 hour. But if I would start revealing you the full story, it would take me about 16 hours at least, okay, to explain what I got through and what experiences I had. But one of the things I want to mention to you again, uh, I'm gonna carve and I'm gonna mention to you. Okay, one of the things, how talent took care of me. I didn't understand. I was really young and I didn't know. I mean, I didn't study under his tuition as a profession. I didn't think it's going to be even my profession. I'm talking about wood carving. So I did not listen to him carefully, I guess, but I still continued to study under him. And there's a few different sides of my life. Okay, one side is just I'm a wood carver. Another side, back then, and it was like a studying in a college, absolutely different profession, computerized gauging systems and so on. And the main side, it's my belief in God. Okay, so that was the main side, and that was the most important side. And please don't judge me, don't say anything. I know what I believe, who I believe, why I believe, okay, why I became who I became. So, but it was a big deal for me back then, and that's the main thing right now too. So it's my personal relationship with God. Again, please don't have to judge me, but I also not gonna hide what I believe in. Now, by the age of 18, something around 18, 19, close to that age, just because of my beliefs, I ended up in a Russian jail. Okay, I ended up in a Russian jail. First it was jail. Well, first it was a jail, and then after that was a prison. Okay, jail and a prison. And I can tell you, it wasn't fun. It was not fun. Okay, and it's I mean, not because it was a Russian, prison. Of course, there's I mean, prison is prison, and doesn't matter what country you in, it's always hard, and especially just because you believe in something, you ended up as a treasurer. That's what they called me, because you believe, you have friends, all over the world. And I mean, back then, you could get in jail just because you have a Bible, and on the back side of the Bible, smart people. I mean, Bibles were smuggled to USSR and from United States, pretty much. But who asked you to print on the back side, print it in United States? If you smuggle, it's in Russian language. Why would you print that? Bible Society, American Bible Society? Just because of that word, people got in jail. A lot of people, if you don't know that, but people got to jails like for 5 years just for that small print in English, printed in United States, and it's by American Bible Society. But it's okay. It is what it is. I guess you always have to tell where it comes from. And a lot of people, like I said, ended up in a jail just because of that thing. But it's not the point. So I ended up in a jail for my beliefs and refusal to go to Red Army. Okay, I just refused to go. I said I have no enemies, and I don't. I mean, I'm okay if you would send me to a hospital, and I'll do my duty, in a hospital and so on. But I'm not gonna be in a army because of my beliefs and so on. And I was also preacher since 17 years old. I was preaching whatever I believed in. Now, what I am trying to say, I didn't understand what my teacher said back then. Take care of your talent, and talent will take care of you. But I experienced that when I was in jail. When I was in jail, what happened? Pretty much my talent in wood carving took care of me. Just because of the wood carving, I survived the really one of the worst times in the history of Russian jails. And please understand what I'm talking about. What is history of Russian jails? We are talking about breaking time when Soviet Union broke apart. Okay? And people, not even in jail, outside of the jail, they had a big struggle. No food on the table. You go to store, it's empty shelves, nothing, absolutely nothing. People, didn't even survive outside of the jail. All right, and inside of the jail, even worse. We didn't have any food. Uh, I mean, just imagine what it was. Okay, no heat source inside. I mean, the place I stayed, it was really cold. Okay, so we're talking about the winter time. It gets into -40. It's below zero. I'm talking about 40 below zero Celsius. Okay, and I, remember it was like a 42 and even lower than that Celsius, uh, and no heat source inside. Okay, absolutely no heat source inside. Yeah, we would find some kind of wire and just get twisted and just get an electricity, and it would temporarily just produce some heat, and then it would just burn that wire. But it was hard to find even wire inside of the prison. Okay, it wasn't the jail already, it was a prison. I was in jail first, then they transferred me to prison. All right, and honestly, I mean, some people, they got same day with me to the jail. They were transferred to the same prison with me, and we got out of that prison the same day. Okay, the same day. But I was fine, and that person was completely, I mean, his life was completely destroyed. He was eternally ill. If he would catch just the flu, he would die. Okay, so he had tuberculosis and so on. So it was a really bad condition back then. But how is that connected to my talent and wood carving? I had talent and I knew how to carve. I made myself pretty much a knife. Okay, it was a small knife. I mean, don't imagine it's like a big knife. It would not be allowed, the big knife. It was much smaller than this knife. Okay, so I'm talking about the blade was a really, really tiny blade, not like the full blade right here, a tiny blade, right? And I made also a small gouge from a nail. I mean, I'm talking about the big, like a framing nail, and I made the small gouge. That's pretty much the tools. But the knife was the main tool. And that's not allowed. Of course, it's not allowed. But especially, you can't have a long, long tool in a jail. And everybody knew I'm a wood carver. We had that person, and I mentioned that person previously also. He was a communist. Not only that, he was responsible for pushing the communism idea to the prisoners, to inmates. Okay, so he was just like a guy who's supposed to, convert you to be a communist. I mean, he wasn't successful. First of all, he liked to drink a lot. I'm talking about alcohol. So he was I mean, we show that in Russia that way. Okay, so I know it's not applicable to all, the world. But anyway, he was drinking every night. He was drinking every night. But like I said, it was a really hard time back then in Soviet Union, when Soviet Union broke apart. And Soviet Union broke apart just at the time when I was in jail. Okay, he didn't have money. I mean, people didn't get paid, and he didn't get paid also. He just did not get paid, but he wanted to drink. And one of the solutions he found, he asked me to carve for him small items like a jewelry boxes at the beginning, and he would sell it, and and buy for the profit whatever he wants to buy to drink, whatever he was drinking, vodka or something like this. Okay, doesn't really matter to me, as long as I would get some kind of profit from him also. And my profit from him, what I would get, that would be 1 potato a day. So we are talking about the potato, okay? So just one, small potato a day. Reason why I'm saying that's kind of important for me, I mean, that potato was a big deal, okay? Because you really can't eat prison food. If you would eat prison food, you're gonna die from diarrhea, okay? And yes, honestly, I'm just telling you like it is. Yeah, I mean, before the Soviet Union broke apart, you could survive. I mean, they would still just cook some stuff. We call it balanda, okay? And you would survive in a jail and, a jail balanda, jail food. But it's actually funny. I was watching one of the movies made in the United States, of course, and one of the episodes, in that movie was they showed the Russian prison, but they have no idea. In Russian prison, they showed like plates and like a buffet style, and the prisoners would come and just to get from buffet whatever they choose and just to sit by the table. And that is just absolutely not the way it was back then, and it's not even now like that. Okay, so what buffet are you talking about? Okay, what kind of, come on, guys. I mean, get real. It's not like that. You would get just one bowl balanda a day. Okay, so that's what we would get, and a small piece of bread, which is not even the real bread. It was just a mixed, I don't know. I mean, you could just create sculpture, and a lot of guys actually create sculpture from that bread, because it was like a clay, pretty much. You just squeeze and just do anything with that. Okay, but that potato not only fed me, I would share that potato with other people. I would share that potato with other inmates, and yes, I would talk about my beliefs and what I believe and about God and so on with other inmates. Okay, and I didn't realize, I was doing what I was capable of doing, just the carving. And yes, in the beginning it was just a small jewelry boxes. Then we pretty much like opened almost like a business. It wasn't business because the business was illegal, but still, it was just the same like a business structure. We would build furniture, hand carved furniture, and the administration of that jail would sell it to a mafia people, that furniture, and we wouldn't get any money for that, but I still would get my 1 potato a day. Okay, and just because of that potato, I survived. All right, I understood that idea later. What my teacher told me: take care of your talent, and talent will take care of you. Just exactly, like I showed you on the screen. Honestly, talent will take care of you. Okay, it will take care of you. And that was just like an example when I was in Russia at first. But it wasn't the end yet. When I got out of jail, I could not find any. I mean, I couldn't find any good jobs because, first of all, I mean, people who were not in jail couldn't find any jobs because of the Soviet Union broke apart, and people just really struggled. Okay, really struggled to find any type of jobs, and especially if you've been in jail, you can't find anything. Okay, you couldn't find anything, and again, my talent, which I took care by studying and learning how to carve. Yes, I was talented in wood carving, but I didn't know a lot of different aspects and tricks and techniques until I met my teacher. Okay, until I met my teacher. So my talent took care of me. Okay, so what I mean by that, finally I found some clients who would love, to get some carving, and it wasn't job, it was just like starting a business. One of the questions I had in one of the last live streams, one of the questions what people asked me, how did you find the courage to start your own business? And I answered like a philosophical way, there is a big difference between wages and the profit, and I chose profit. Wages when you're working for somebody else as employee, and a profit when you do have your own business and you count your profit. Okay, it could be small, it could be big, but it's only philosophy. In reality, I was forced to start my business in a time when business was, it's impossible even to start. In Russia, after Soviet Union broke apart, you couldn't start really business. Yes, we had some freedom, but more freedom, but to start the business, it's almost impossible, legal way, okay? So I had to work for the clients, like self-employed pretty much. Had to work for the clients, and it was actually interesting. I can tell you the story. One of the clients, he was a government. Okay, he was working for the government. Okay, like in a city government and so on. And same subdivision. His neighbor was a friend, and the neighbor was a mafia guy. Okay, and they were the best friends. Government guy and mafia guy. Yeah, I know I'm telling you and all over the world it's gonna be heard, but that time it was normal. Okay, just right after Soviet Union broke apart, and who knows who's government, who's mafia? You even don't know. They, probably did the same thing. But anyway, so this guy, he asked me to do hand carved like arch. That was the beginning. Then he asked me to do something else, and I was working for many months in his house. Okay, and that way, I survived, and my talent took care of me. So pretty much it was my business. But if you know what the ambition means, power of ambition, and also power of ambition, I try to be the best in what I do, and people notice that. And especially his neighbor, the mafia guy, noticed that also. Just to tell you a story, the house, it was just like a cookie cutter. Okay, I'm talking about government's guy was a house, certain shape and square footage and so on, and the mafia guy was a cookie cutter, just exactly the same model. Okay, exactly the same model, but he didn't have an arc. Okay, he didn't have any carved stuff inside, and that my first client said, when my neighbor gonna ask how much I paid just tell him twice more what you charged me. Okay, I mean, because I told him, you know, a lot. Let's say if I charged him like a $700, or maybe if I charged him $1,000, he asked me to tell his neighbor, mafia guy, to tell it it costs like a $2,000. Okay, hey, it works for me. You know, it works for me. And when the neighbor came, and he said, "Would you do the same stuff with you know, inside of you know, my neighbor's house?" And I said, "Yeah, okay, it's gonna cost you that much. Okay, like let's say $2,000." Okay, and he gladly would give it to me. And it's just, I think it's just a smart way to take advantage of people when they're trying to show off you know, how expensive stuff they've got inside of the house. And that's how I started my business. Again, I took care of my talent by implementing my ambition to be the best in what I'm doing. I'm trying to be the best, okay? And I'm still trying, I'm still learning, I'm still trying. I'm still investing time of, I'm reading, you know, all the books I can read, and about the design and so on. I'm studying, watching other masters and so on. And I'm taking care of my talent. And my talent God gave me in wood carving particularly takes care of me. And he, you know, the talent took care of me back then. And even when I moved to United States, let me see if I missed someone. Okay. Okay, let me answer one of the questions. Master Alexander, if you give carving lessons in person, for how many hours you go through the without a break, and how long are you lessons in full length? 8 hours. Love your work. Thank you very much, Marco. Okay, Marco. Okay, usually when I'm teaching in person, it's pretty much all day long. Okay, all day long. We start. It depends on the school. When I'm going to, let's say, a school of woodworking, Mark Adams School of Woodworking. Hold on just a second. Let me show you the website. Okay. So, markadams.com. That is one of the schools. We start about 8 o'clock, and we go until like 6, 7 sometimes p.m. And we take a break about half an hour for lunch, let's say like at noon. So, but pretty much I'm teaching all day long, full week. And we are getting really good results. Some of the stuff what we've done, let me try to find if I can find some of the work what we've done during just 1 week. Here you go. Here's one of examples we've done in Mark Adams School when I'm teaching. It's just done in 1 week. Here's another example. Also, you know, it's just 1 week pretty much. I'm not sure you see me or not, but anyway, so that is another example. Also in 1 week. Let me see if I can find anything else what we've done in 1 week. I don't think I have anything else right here. I didn't make all of the pictures, but you get an idea, please. Okay, so what I'm talking about, in just 1 week, we can accomplish a lot when I'm teaching in person. Just 1 week. It's not 8 hours. It could be more, it could be less. People, by the way, when, let's say, even in Mark Adams School, they come earlier than me. I try to come about 8, 7:45, 8 o'clock in the morning. But some people would come like 5 a.m. And Mark Adams School, not last year, but all of those years, you could come pretty much any time of a day and stay all night if you wish. They would come 5 a.m. and stay out until midnight, until like 2 a.m. and try to catch up. And I understand when I'm working, for example, on a piece like that, it takes me a lot quicker to do that piece than a beginner. But I can tell you honestly, I saw so big progress of some people, and a lot of people, they actually coming back every year. Like I have some people coming every year, like 5 years in a row without missing any of the classes, multiple classes. I'm talking about not just the 1 week a year, multiple classes in the same school. Okay. Uh, uh, Now I'm gonna also teach this year in another school. It would be a state of Maine. Hold on just a second. Let me find that link for you. Okay. It would be Maine Coast workshop.com. It's also going to be like 1 week long. I don't know how we're going to structure that yet. But by the way, if you want to, really shake my hand and, just even communicate face to face to me, not just because you want to learn from me, but it's more like establishing closer friendship, if you wish, with me. That's probably the place to go right now, because I think uh, uh, April class in Mark Adams School sold out. They're going to be there about a week or a week and a half, something like that. It's sold out a long time ago. I don't know if there's any spots available. In summer, I'm going to have 2 classes. So there's going to be a furniture carving class, and there's going to be classical, traditional carving class. And I never repeat myself, by the way. We always carve different designs. Okay, so it's not the same class. So we design together, we carve. And what we're gonna do this year, I'll tell you a secret. It's gonna be maybe simplified form, but it's still gonna be like a Glenn Gibbons style. It's my idea. Okay, in April. Now, in state of Maine, okay, there's some spots. Okay, there's some spots still available, and I would highly encourage you to sign up right now. So it's a Maine Coast workshop.com. So if you're not signed up yet, please do. Don't forget also to give me some, likes, okay, and some love. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook. It's a Woodcarver Grabovetsky. It's the same. Okay, let me see. Marco is saying, I would love to. Soon we'll join your school online. I asked because I also started to give lessons. Okay. Well, Marco, you have to do it today. Okay? You have to do it today. All right? Join my school today. I mean, nothing to me is. It's not even like just a school in a sense of a school. It's more like an apprenticeship. Pretty much, you are every day with me in a shop, and you watching the way I do stuff. And it's not the same as YouTube, because on YouTube I'm not really showing how to carve. Okay, yeah, I am showing, but I'm not explaining what I'm doing. Alexandru, hello Alex, I finally can see you live on YouTube. Wonderful to see you also. Wonderful to see you as well. But anyway, so let me continue, and I'm gonna tell you even after. Even when I came to United States, pretty much just because God gave me some talent in wood carving, my talent took care of me. I don't wanna create too complicated video, but the idea is, if you have a talent, okay, if you do have a talent, there's a purpose for that talent, okay? There's a really good purpose for that talent. And if you will take care of your talent, and especially if you're here, I guess if you are watching, my channel, you probably like wood carving. And it's related to you. I don't see too many other people besides wood carvers, pretty much only wood carvers here. And some of you, I know it's just a hobby level, which is absolutely okay. But there's lots of people who's watching my YouTube channel. They are wood carvers and they would love to make some money. I mean, nothing wrong with that. but you really have to take care of your talent as much as you can. And if you're gonna invest in your talent will invest in you. Okay, so it will take care of you. I mean, it's honestly, it's what I believe. It's honestly what I believe. Let me get this out, that plug. Here you go. Okay, let me see if I missed something. And I think it's connecting people with the same trade is great. I need to learn way more about carving, design, and so on. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mark. Or Marco, I should say. Thank you very much. Let me see if I missed something else. So if you do have a question, it's probably time. Just I'll find the time for just one question. Okay. By the way, again, don't forget to like it. Now, if you don't like what you're watching, just walk away. Okay. I mean, I still don't get it. Why people do what they do. I have like a couple guys, one especially. I know one who that person is, and this guy, he actually asked me you know, for a job, but I can't give you a job, okay? And just because I answered him that way, he doesn't like my videos and all, okay? And he just puts his dislike right away. Hey, again, people, don't get me wrong. I'm not employing anyone, okay? I'm doing what I'm doing the way I'm doing, and I'm not I'm not planning to employ anyone. I had employees before, so I'm past that. So don't need that anymore. All right. Hold on, let me see. Andrew, let me show you my face. Andrew, thank you very much for your comment. Thank you that you consider my school as the best. All the schools are really good. I mean, they all the best, pretty much. But my school, I called that School of Wood Carving, and the website address is schoolofwoodcarving.com. But it's not a school in a sense like people understand. It's a more, you would come to me, to my shop, and watch me, just watching me over my shoulder what I'm doing, okay? It's a old European apprenticeship way. So when apprentice spends time with the master inside of woodworking or wood carving shop, and picking up all the tricks and techniques on the way. For example, this project I'm working on, it's long. So we're talking about, just for that project, I have over 1,000 videos, okay, on a school site. Over 1,000 videos just on that huge project. Not on that piece, that is just the one element, just one piece of this project. Let me actually show you what I've done previously for that project. Let me find one, okay? Here you go. There's another detail of this project, and that is all on a school site, okay? So what I'm talking about, what I am trying to tell you, it is not just a school. It's more as you would be with me. It's like more of community of people, and you watching and you picking up pretty much all the tricks and techniques the way I do. Not necessarily it's the only right way, but it works for me, and you learning. For example, a couple days ago, I was reading one of the emails from students of my school, and this student, he said, really wonderful words about the school and so on. He said, well, that is just absolutely what I was looking for. The only problem he found, he could not find the video explaining about how deeply undercut underneath of Acanthus head. Okay, and I have multiple videos about it. Okay, I have tons of videos, but again, it's just related to that project. Even just related to that project, you really have to watch video by video, and you will see how many Acanthus heads I developed in that video. I mean, just on that piece alone, there's so many Acanthus leaves, okay, and the heads of Acanthus, and people, just watch it, just to watch it, and you will see all the small details, how to carve, flowers, like this is a simple flower. I do have a more complicated, of course, flowers, and so on. Let me see who else said something. Ernie, good to see you. Richard, good to see you. Okay, Marco, I forgive you for not signing up today. I forgive you. You don't have to sign up today. It was a joke. Okay, so sign up whenever is convenient for you, but you're missing a lot. Okay, like I said, I have on my site right now, it's over 2,000 videos, over 2,000 videos, like 2,500 or something like this, and I'm adding all the time. I'm adding all the time. Okay, wonderful people. I think that is enough for today. It's enough for today. I'll see you later. I can see right behind me somebody's walking. So you see from my shop what I see pretty much. Okay. I'm gonna carve for a couple more minutes and gonna turn off. Well, I'm not gonna turn off. I'm gonna carve and create video for the school, but live is gonna be gone. I mean, live stream, not live, but live stream gonna be gone. Don't forget, please, don't forget to give me some likes. Not, it's not that I really need it, but it still would help a lot. Okay. I mean, for the algorithm and so on, for the YouTube. And if you don't like it, like I said, just walk away. Don't have to show that you don't like it.